Good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance, the first one for 2025. And I'm not going to say happy 2025 because happiness is an inside job. And I think we can all figure that out on our own, regardless of what's going on around us. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and I have some words of wisdom for you today. And I think it was kind of funny. I'll give you the backstory on what I'm going to share with you, and then we'll give it a minute for people to pop on and do a little breathing as always and see what we end up with for the day. Welcome to whomever just popped on. Barb. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. Brand new year. Let's get it started. So, I reached for a deck. I was muscle testing to see which deck for today and landed on this particular deck and felt disappointment. It was like, oh, I don't want to do that one again. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome, welcome. And then I thought, I muscle tested it again. Healthy New Year's. That's a fabulous way to think about it, yes. And good morning, Catherine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I know that when I'm guided to a particular deck, that's the deck. I need to pay attention. So I muscle tested it again just to be sure, and yep, this is the deck. And I'm like, well, I knew some of the things I wanted to talk about this morning. Good morning, Carolyn, welcome. Good morning, Gwen, welcome. Glad everybody's popping in. Hello, Cindy, welcome, welcome. My little counter has given up the ghost. It's only up to 5, and I know there's more of you here than that. Good morning, Abigail, welcome. So, first of all, I have to tell you, we have snow. We have snow. That was not at all in the forecast. I went to bed thinking today was going to be green like yesterday, but no, it is white. And apparently it's going to be snowing heavily for the next hour. So there you have it. There you have it. Whatever. So the 3 things I want to go over today, good morning, Diane. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Are the card itself. And then I spent 2 hours last night watching Amanda Ellis's prediction video for this year. And while there's some things in there that don't resonate for me, there were some things that I thought would be interesting to share with all of you. In case you don't want to watch 2 hours of predictions, I'll do the Reader's Digest condensed version for you. And then I want to finish up with a little piece out of, Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart. Because the part that I have picked out to share with you, I think, is a beautiful launch into the new year. So let's get started, shall we? Let's start with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Some of our first deep inspiration for the year. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So let's start with our card, Soul Coaching Deck from Denise Lynn, What Our Soul Wants Us to Know. And why I had an initial resistance to this deck, I do not know, but I did. So I'm just going to acknowledge it and move on, move past it. Resistance does not need to stop us. I'm glad your grandkids will love the snow, and then I would love watching your grandkids love the snow. I might get out there. We'll see. Embracing, and it shows 2 flowers, sunflowers, dandelions, I don't know, wound around each other. Embracing. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. I embrace and love all of my life. And I'm going to circle that word, all. I embrace and love all of my life. And I think the distillation of the predictions will assist with this. I embrace and love all of my life. So there it is. Let me read to you. Embrace all your life, both the dark and the light. Dance with your shadow and reclaim parts of yourself that you've denied. Embrace your past and what has been hidden or denied. And I think that's a huge requirement for us. Good morning, Lynn. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for posting. I appreciate it, Cindy. For moving on. We have to be whole to move on. We can't be leaving pieces of ourselves that we don't find acceptable laying about. All right? Your soul wants you to know the path to wholeness is through accepting and embracing all parts of yourself. Every experience you've had, even the ones that you thought were bad, was important for your spiritual journey. Again, remember that concept from Tony Robbins that when we experience hardships, that's what makes us strong people. That's what makes us strong people. When there's nothing challenging us, we don't tend to grow. All right? So if you can reframe any challenges that present themselves to you in 2025 as your opportunities to grow, imagine how much better you're going to traverse that land. It'll be good. It'll be good. What you deny in yourself can fester and even control your life. Blink, blink, blink. What you deny in yourself can fester and even control your life. And oftentimes what we do with it is project it out onto other people and hate it in them when really it's about us. It's about a part of ourselves that we're hating on, and we need to accept. We need to have the grace to bring in all of us, to be whole beings, right? I know, easier said than done, but we got another whole year to practice it, right? Embrace your darkness because you need every aspect of yourself in order to attain wholeness. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Don't suppress your anger, bitterness, or fear to a place where it can grow in the deep recesses of your being. Bring it to the light. Accept and love it all. Now, does this mean you go and blast rage all over people? No, not at all. But acknowledge, I feel angry about this. I am pissed off about this. What do I want to do about this? I'm going to go for a therapeutic walk. I'm going to stomp my way through this feeling, whatever it is. I'm going to allow myself the 2-minute white hot pity party, and then I'm going to move into, and what will I do with this? What are my opportunities here? All right? Again, the affirmation, I embrace and love all of my life. So now, let me go over some of the prediction stuff from Amanda Ellis. And good morning, Kathy. Glad you're here. Welcome. And as always, I am not take what you need, leave the rest. Absolutely fine with that. If it works for you, fabulous. If it doesn't work for you, blow it off. No biggie. All right? But these were the pieces that I thought were interesting and likely to predict some things in our coming year. And maybe normalize some things so that we can navigate through them. All right? So, Amanda's into numerology and astrology. And she channels various entities, Metatron being the main one. But, so numerology, good morning, Donna, glad you're here. This year is a number 9. You add up all the numbers in 2025 and you get 9. Planet is Mars, color is red. Mars is a warlike energy, masculine, war, fire, all that stuff. What she says about that is, again, as human beings, we have choice. We have lots of choice. Interestingly, there were some areas where she's saying our choice is going to be curtailed. Doesn't mean forever, but coming up. And then what we do with the choice we have makes even more. So she listed the top Google searches for 2024. And basically what she said was what people are Googling, and AI responds to that, right? What they're Googling are things that are in that shadow aspect. It doesn't mean don't explore the shadow, but are you exploring the light? And so she said, Google Unity Consciousness. Check that out. See what you get there. I thought that was cool. She said, AI will respond to the breath of humanity. AI will respond to the breath of humanity. The old saying that goes along with this is garbage in, garbage out. So how about if we put good stuff in and bring out good stuff? We've gotten so addicted to scrolling, death scrolling, doom scrolling, whatever you want to call it, it sets us up. Let's start heading toward the light, shall we? Google Unity Consciousness. See what you get. You're going to find all manner of fun things there. So I'm going to skip a bunch of that stuff. Let's see. she said that we're doing work healing the base chakra so that we can really answer the question, where's home? And are we fully inhabiting our physical being? We need to be taking care of this beautiful vessel that allows us to walk Mother Earth. So using that impetus to get us focused on, what am I going to do to take care of this vehicle, right? We get our oil changed in our car. What are we going to... Yes, we absolutely get what we focus on. Where attention goes, energy flows. Got it? All right. So that page, I think I'm going to skip a bunch of it. This page, she's talking about disentanglement and discernment. And so not just falling for anything. And again, I have a friend who says, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything and be good for nothing. And I think there's something to be said for that. So what do we stand for? She talked about a shift into more entrepreneurial stuff, that many of the big retailers, etc., are likely to crash and burn in her world. And so we may have less choices. That doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be a bad thing, but just awareness. This I loved. She said, she was talking about Donald Trump, and she said, I feel like I've said enough about him. So, but she said, pieces to keep in mind are, there we go. Yep, thank you. That's it. Whoever is in power, and she's in the UK, and they don't have a whole lot of good stuff going on right now over there either. And all of these countries where their governments are kind of imploding, this was predictable. But she says, whoever is in power, keep focused on your own evolution. Don't give too much of your power to any of that crap. She also talked about celebrities crashing and burning. How many of them in the next year are going to crash and burn, be revealed as someone other than who we thought they were? And she said, don't give it any energy. Don't waste your time clicking on that stuff. Focus on what you do want. So are there people who uphold the kind of moral standards, etc., that you have? Focus on them. Don't lower yourself to the least common denominator, all right? We got enough people rolling around the mud. We don't need any more. So whoever's in power, keep focused on your own evolution. The power lies with us, the people. I thought that was wonderful. She said basically she views Donald Trump as a catalyst for opening eyes and ears. To no longer be going la 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 la, but to be going, holy shit, basically. She said, expect a lot of Kundalini energy rising, spontaneous awakening among a lot of people, because again, we're moving from 3D to 5D. And she said, for some people, that's going to be that you post too much positive stuff. Well, then that person can just drop off and wander off into the desert. That's fine. Keep posting the positive stuff. That's us. My awesome human alerts. One thing I just noticed is I haven't posted very many of them. You know why? It's hard to find the content. It's hard to find the good stuff. And it's not because I've been doom scrolling and so the algorithm only gives me that. We need flood all of these platforms with positive stuff. Do it. Absolutely. All right, so what else did she say? So this Kundalini energy rising. She said many of us are ready for this. But she said there's going to be some people that when this energy starts rising up their spine, they're going to be like, what the hell is this? So, again, she talked about because this is a 9-year and the Mars issue and the war-like energy, she said some relish going to war. They're probably not the ones on the front lines, but nonetheless, some relish going to war. She said this is going to be a year of re-education, dropping the appetite for aggression. We are a warlike nation. We have been trained to, punch first and ask questions later. Good morning, Rebecca. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. That she's asking us, is America ready to drop its appetite for aggression? Okay? Are we finished with the energy of war? She wants to know. I would like to say yes. I would like to say we're headed in that direction. She said also, and this resonated for me, who's making the money off the war? Oftentimes wars have been instigated as a way to generate money. As a and they're oftentimes it's land grab, it's resources grab, it's whatever. Who's making money off war? And she said there is a community of love coming, a much broader. It's here. It's here in pockets. Now we just need to get it to spread, right? She said the inner voice is saying there's only light. There's only light. There's manifestation, expansion, stillness, and peace. It's all right there. It's all accessible. Absolutely. Sometimes the same people fund both sides. Because if you want a war and one side doesn't have the money to fight it, war's over. Yep. So it becomes this machine, right? So one of the words that she talked about was wonder. And that was one of the words that I'm going to hit in the Brene Brown book. She's got wonder and awe. And so that's where I want us to end. But again, she's saying, we are not alone. We are not alone. We've got all this support on the other side. Ask for help. They're waiting. They're ready. They're ready. They're willing. They're able, right? Get assistance with closing out this cycle. This is the end of a cycle. It's the end of a cycle of spending a lot of time within, and hopefully a bunch of us did that. But now it'll be about action, bringing what we've learned from within out into the world and making the world a better place. She pulled 3 last cards, which were fog, rain, and crystals. So that veiled energy, we're not yet seeing all of what we need to see. 2025 is going to be a year of revelation. A lot of stuff is going to come to the surface that we're going to go, ew, really? So then we have to clean up a mess, right? Rain, purification. She talked about amethyst. I wore this shirt today in honor of amethyst. That purple energy, the amethyst energy, is a really good energy to have around right now. So if you got some amethyst, dig it out. And crystals are about focus. Again, what we focus on expands. Where do you want your energy to go? Don't be sloppy with your focus. Okay, I'm talking to myself too. Don't be sloppy with your focus. Good morning, Nancy. Glad you're here. It's really easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole of negativity. You know, the car crash that you know you shouldn't look at because it's horrifying, but you can't look away kind of deal. We must look away. We must shift, pivot from, we acknowledge this shit is going on, but we are looking at what it is we want to create. We are steering for what it is we want to create. So she said, wake up, evolve. I like that. And she said, we're going to have communication, better communication with the land, with the ancestors, and with God. So I thought that was some pretty good stuff, and I wanted to just distill that a little bit for you. But to end, I'd like us to do wonder and awe in Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart. So I'm just going to read this section and see what you think. The first part is a quote by Rachel Carson, who wrote The Sense of Wonder, a celebration of nature for parents and children. If I had influence with the good fairy, who is supposed to preside over the christening of all children, I should ask that her gift to each child in the world be a sense of wonder so indestructible that it would last throughout life, as an unfailing antidote against boredom and disenchantments of later years. This is page 58. The sterile preoccupation with things that are artificial and the alienation from the sources of our strength. So her wish for humanity would be awe and wonder. How cool is that? So Brene says, both awe and wonder are often experienced in response to nature, art, music, spiritual experiences, or ideas. And what are the first things that get crushed in a dictatorship? Nature, art, music, spiritual experiences, or ideas. Just saying. So indulge in those things. Make those things a part of your everyday life. Nature, art, music, spiritual experiences, and ideas. In the midst of these moments, we can feel overwhelmed by the vastness of something that is almost incomprehensible. It almost feels like what we are witnessing can't be true. Northern Lights, anybody? Like we're seeing something that doesn't fit with how we move through and understand our everyday lives. Even seeing things we may fail to notice on a regular basis, like a starry sky or a butterfly in the garden, can stop us in our tracks on occasion. Both awe-inspiring events and the experiences that leave us filled with wonder often make us feel small compared to our expansive universe. Small, but connected to each other and to that largeness itself. We are an integral thread in the fabric of all. We often use awe and wonder interchangeably, which makes sense because, as you can see, the experiences share a lot in common. But there is a primary difference between our experiences of those incredible emotions that is worth understanding. I love how researchers Ulrich Weger and Johannes Wegemann explain it. They write, "Wonder inspires the wish to understand. Wonder inspires the wish to understand. Awe inspires the wish to let shine, to acknowledge and to unite. When feeling awe, we tend to simply stand back and observe, to provide a stage for the phenomenon to shine. So we're bearing witness, we're holding space for whatever this beautiful thing is. Awe and wonder are essential to the human experience. Wonder fuels our passion for exploring and learning, for curiosity and adventure. Researchers have found that awe leads people to cooperate, share resources, and sacrifice for others, and causes them to fully appreciate the value of others and see themselves more accurately, evoking humility. Some researchers even believe that awe-inducing experiences, events, may be one of the fastest and most powerful methods of personal change and growth. So when have you allowed yourself some awe and wonder lately? When? And we don't need to stand on a cliff and see the northern lights, to feel awe and wonder, although this absolutely is on Brene Brown's bucket list, she says. Sometimes she feels like her dog Lucy is staring into my soul, and I feel a huge sense of wonder. How did I end up with an actual Ewok living in my house? How did this happen? It's unreal. And as a parent, single moments with my children have rendered me speechless with awe. I thought this would change as they got older, but even with a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old, the awe still takes my breath away on a regular basis. How many of you grandparents feel awe about your grandkids? I think sometimes as parents, we're so busy making sure that there's food on the table and everybody gets to what they need to get to, that we don't experience, regrettably, as much awe as we'd like to have. But then with grandkids or other people's kids or whatever, we have more of an opportunity as we get older to step back and just watch the awe. Good morning, Lisa. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. We're just about done, but I'll have the video posted shortly. And I think it's well worth watching because I want this to be a slide into the new year, which gives us some framework for how do we want to live this new year consciously, not just letting it unfold, not just not paying attention, like Deepak Chopra says, zooming past the park in your car instead of strolling through it. Let's stroll through 2025. Let's pay attention to the things that bring us wonder and awe. Let's consciously decide what we will focus our attention on. Not the dark stuff, not the stuff that's stuck at 3D, not the stuff that is enticing with the negativity. Let's go toward the positive. Let's go toward the clean, the pure, the joyful, the community-oriented, the collective, etc. Let's lean that direction heavily. So, welcome to 2025. I hope we all have an awesome year, a learning year, a shifting year, an up-leveling year, a year that supports our evolution. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.